Hey, you guys. Welcome back to The Buzz with Beth. And Brooke!
That was actually more awkward doing it that way than how we should have just kept it as is.
Yeah, it's okay. She's not saying the whole time, but I have like a story I have been waiting to tell you guys for a really long time. We didn't do the intro singing.
I know. That's why I was like really awkward coming in because I thought you would sing and then I would like jump in.
Here, wait, I already know how I'm gonna edit this. What song should we sing? The drink you spilled all over me, lovers spill out on her feet. Mom and Dad let me stay home, it drives you crazy getting old. Ribs.
I was ready for the echo. I was ready to go all in.
Hey you guys, editing Beth here. And I had Brooke on the podcast very briefly to tell a story. However, we did a bad job telling it. And so we're trying again. Brooke is right there.
Hello. My hair looks awful. I'm so glad I volunteered.
Okay, so here's what happened. Lipstick on my teeth. Okay, here's what happened. I made a faux pas. I made a snafu. And I'll tell you how this went down. I, with my father and my dear sister, went to Texas Roadhouse. Just for the night, you know, we stayed the night. No, I'm kidding. We were there. We went there to get dinner. This happened like a month ago. We heard someone at the door. Who wants me? And we went there to get some dinner. And here's one thing about Texas Roadhouse. At least the one here. The workers, oh my goodness me. They are so hot. Did you hear me? They are so hot. Brooke says they could butter. I feel like, we said that before. Pillsbury Doughboy. You can butter my rolls. In the episode you were in. And that's what we call a callback. Anyway.
That was so intentional, but you were really quick on the draw with that.
What? Oh, that's a joke. Anyway.
That's like insulting when you can't even register that it's a joke. But okay.
Sorry.
Just tell us.
Okay. This is what happened the first time we tried to tell. We kept interrupting each other. Anyway. So we were at Texas Roadhouse and, as I said before, the workers, super hot. One in particular, super hot. Super hot. Super hot.
Beth did not mind me serving her.
Take a look at yourself.
I like me.
Okay, and I ordered a steak because I really like steak, right? Actually, I ordered a steak tonight. We ordered some food and I got a steak again. Because I like steak. Theme.
I bet you want somebody's steak. I bet you would like some meat, wouldn't you?
Okay. And when I ordered the steak, he brought it to, and I just want to say, this whole time I kind of thought he was like just a little bit flirting with me, and I was trying my best to flirt with him by doing this. And that was my flirting, and I was like, oh my god, he wants me. And when he brought me my steak, he was like, do you want any sauce with that? And I go, oh god, it's so embarrassing. I go, A1? Finger guns. Weapons.
Hey, you were just shooting your shot.
It was so embarrassing.
She didn't think that my dad and I would notice, but that was a long shot. You did not dodge that bullet.
No, you can catch on to the puns. She has a list. That's why she's looking at her phone. She has a list. She made a list of puns to tell because that's how much she was making fun of me. Okay, and if you think,
just give me so much ammunition. I have a full range of jokes. Okay, you're my favorite target.
No, it was literally so embarrassing. And if you think it couldn't get worse from doing the finger guns,
she did it again.
I did it again. It was so bad. Like, it was so embarrassing. And I just want to say, I said this once in the episode. I'm going to say it again. And I probably, by the time you hear this, I wouldn't have said it yet. But I'm genuinely the most embarrassing person to ever live.
Trigger warning.
It's bad, you guys. I'm so awkward and embarrassing. This is why I don't have a boyfriend.
No, Beth. Stick to your guns. Be who you are. Son of a gun, stop putting the camera on me.
Okay, now time for me. Let me update you guys on my life. So, today is, now it's Sunday, so this comes out in like 24 hours. Well, guys, we're coming up on finals week. And it's gonna be crazy, okay? Not really for me. I only have one final. For my history class, if I made a certain amount of points in the class before the final, I don't have to take the final and I get an A in the class. So, done with that. I made the grade. I already did my final for my creative writing class. I already finished my biology class. The only thing I have is one of my diversity classes. So, I have the final for that, and then I'll be done. And I don't know what day that is. I know it's going to be online. Actually, let's see if he's posted anything about it. I wish he would, but he doesn't even live here. So, after finals week, yeah, I know, this is like my last week of my sophomore year of college. Isn't that crazy? So, after this week, I'll be on summer break. And I want to tell you guys this is cray-cray. So, I had planned to take a summer class. I was going to take philosophy because it was going to be my last gen ed I had to take. And I was going to do it over the summer. And, guys, I already went ahead and I dropped it. I didn't want to do it, guys. I didn't want to do it. So I went ahead and dropped it. So that I couldn't do. I don't want to do philosophy, you guys. I don't want to do philosophy. And that, yeah, I couldn't. So I went ahead and dropped it. And honestly, it's better that I did because at some point I'm going to not get a class that I need and I'll need to be able to fill it. So I'll have it for that. So yeah. What else? Oh! Hot dog. Okay, guys. So if you don't remember the last episode, the whole episode was called Beth is a Scholar. Well, the reason for that is because Beth won a scholarship. I know. She won a scholarship. Why am I still speaking third person? I won a scholarship for, my writing, essentially. Well, that's what we thought, right? Well, I have all the updates. I did get the scholarship for my writing, and I'll tell you what happened. So, what happened was when I got that award, the day I received it was on Alumni Day, and Alumni Day was basically a lot of the alumni from my school came back, and they donated a butt ton of money, and there was I guess a little fund they had in the English department for one of the students to get a scholarship. And my creative writing teacher submitted my poem to win that, and I did win. So it was that really cool. The thing about it, though, is I was like, that was one of my suspicions I had, that, like, he submitted me for something. But I, like, could not figure out what he submitted me for. Like what poem did he submit? I found out it was the first poem I had ever written for that class. He submitted that one. Apparently he really loved it. It was a poem inspired by like another one. I had like the assignment was to write a poem based on the style of another poem, and he gave us the poem, and so I did that, and he really liked my poem. So he submitted it, and I won! Get a load of that. Isn't that crazy? I just, really, really cool. I really need to go to his office and thank him. I need to, hopefully I have time. Hopefully I do have time, because I'm going to be leaving early. Oh my god. Let me tell you guys about that. I'm leaving early from school this week. And I'm going to come back home. Early vacation. Early start to my vacation. And I'll tell you why. If you guys don't remember in the last episode, I was having a little bit of jaw pain. Well, we found out why. It is my wisdom teeth. And that little bit of pain I was having last week, or 2 weeks ago, rather, you guys, it turned into something crazy. It was the worst, like, genuinely some of the worst mouth pain I'd ever experienced in my entire life, because it started not too bad. It graduated to something that was horrible. It was so painful. I couldn't open my mouth. This is the most I could open my mouth. It was so bad. The pain was literally so. Oh, it still hurts a little bit, and I did it right then. It hurts so bad, and so my wisdom teeth are coming in full force. I have all 4 of them, and the one that's growing in is this one back up here. And it's really coming in. It's like fully out. So I need to get my wisdom teeth out. And this upcoming Thursday, I have an appointment with, I guess the oral surgeon, so they can look at my mouth, and then they're going to schedule an appointment. It might not be with the oral surgeon. I really don't know. But it's with somebody who works with teeth. They're going to do a little exam on my mouth, and then we're going to schedule an appointment to get my wisdom teeth out. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this. I don't know what the schedule is going to look like. So hopefully I'll be able to know it beforehand and like plan the podcast around it. But I don't know. And also it's gonna be surgery. I've never had surgery before. It is gonna be like a surgery, and so if like there isn't an episode that comes out, which I'm sure I'll be able to work something out and something will come out. But if like something does happen and an episode doesn't come out, it would be because like I don't feel good after my surgery, and so I don't want to like record. And also like my face is gonna be huge. It's gonna be so swollen. I think we'll be fine, but I just want to give you guys a warning ahead of time in case like the uploading schedule gets a little bit skewed. It would be because of that surgery. Or maybe I'll die or something. I don't know. If I die, then the schedule is going to be really messed up. But yeah, I am going to get my wisdom teeth out soon. So that's going to suck. But it's okay. It's okay. Oh yeah, what else? Okay, now let's get to the story times. This happened when I was in 3rd grade. I'll tell you. So it was around this time when I was in 3rd grade. And it was state testing time. I don't know if most states do this, but in my state, we do state testing. It has a fun little name, but I'm not going to reveal my whereabouts. So we're going to just go with state testing. And it was like 3rd grade is when you start doing it. And this was like my first go at state testing. Was it 3rd grade? Yes, it was. It was 3rd grade. I remember because we ended up having to watch Old Yeller. What 3rd grade teacher makes 3rd graders watch Old Yeller? Old Yeller. I was 8. Anyway, that was crazy. But during this time, it was state testing, and it was really cool because you were not allowed to chew gum during school. But because it was state testing week, they were like, you can bring candy and chewing gum to help you stay awake and help you focus during your state testing. So I was like, this is my time to shine. So yeah, I brought my spearmint gum to school, and I was like, I'm gonna be blowing bubbles. Get ready for this. So I show up to school very excited to have my chewing gum. You know, I made sure to bring it that day. You know, I don't know why I was so excited. I like candy. And so I walk in, and I had to use the bathroom, but I didn't want to take my bubble gum into the bathroom because gross. And, that was a really crazy week for me. I'm just now remembering something else that happened. Anyway, so I go in there with my chewing gum, and there was this girl in there. We'll call her Benny. She was kind of a new kid. Not really. She came during the middle of the year, and people did not like her, okay? And I'll tell you why. I was really nice to her because I'm a nice person, but she was honestly not very nice. She was the kind of person who's like, she was rough around the edges, but it was performative, right? And she was just like, she was like, there's bruises all over my knees. And I was like, how did you get hurt? Did you fall? And she's like, I'm really bad like that, you know? I just do bad things. Like, kind of like that. Like, it was so weird. And I was like, did you fall down the stairs? Like, what happened? Very weird. Just a weird girl. Very, like, wanting to make herself seem like a bad girl. And I guess, in a way, she was, because this is what she did to me. I had brought my gum to school, as I said before, and I went to put it in my desk because, I think, how, like, when you're a kid, your desk has, like, an underneath part, and you can, like, put things in there, like books or whatever? Well, that's where I put my gum, and I go to the bathroom. I come back, the gum is gone! The gum is gone. Where'd the gum go? I lean back, and this is awful. I lean back. I see that Benny, we'll call her Benny, is that what we're calling her? Yeah. She had taken my gum and stuffed it in her shirt. And I was like, oh my God. Benny stole my chewing gum. Are you crazy? And so I was just like, Benny, have you seen my gum? Like, have you seen it? And she was like, no. And I was like, are you sure you haven't seen it? Because I have this inkling that you have seen it. And she's like, no, I don't know where it's at. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to take this up with the big guys. So I went over to my teacher who did not like me. Who's texting me? It is Brooke. It is. Here's the news on Brooke. She only needs to get a 67 on her accounting final to get an A in the class. Yay! Good for Brooke. Everyone clap. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I had to take this up with my 3rd grade teacher who did not like me because, and I told you guys this before, one time I did say that she looked like a vampire to her face because she was very, very pale. Now, in my defense, I thought vampires were really cool. And I did not anticipate her taking offense to it. She did, and she did not like me from then on out. You know what? I can't even argue with it. Anyway, I go up to my 3rd grade teacher, and I'm just like, hey, Benny stole my gum. And she was like, how do you know Benny stole your gum? I want to make it so abundantly clear that I said gum there, okay? Gum. Gum. And I was like, I saw where she put it, and my teacher was like, where is it? And I was like, oh my God. It's in her shirt. And my teacher was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's literally in her shirt. And she was like, okay, I'll take care of it. And she pulled Benny aside, and she got the gum back. But here's the thing. It was almost one of those things. I shouldn't have fought the fight, you know? I should not have fought that battle, because when I got the gum back, I didn't even want to eat it because I was like, this has been in her shirt. Ew. But you know, gum is gum. I did still eat it. I can't even lie. But yeah, that happened during that week. But also what happened during that week, it was a really rough week for me. The next day, oh my God, I'm wearing this new pair of shorts I got. And, well, actually, it was not a new outfit, was it? It was kind of new. I had worn it before, but whatever. I'm talking as if it's relevant to the story. It's really not. Anyway, I was wearing this cute little outfit. I walk into school. Everything's going well. I start itching. Guys, my legs, both of my legs, itching like crazy. I thought I was going to die. Imagine me trying to do state testing, and all I can do is, oh my God, I'm like dying. I'm literally dying. Have you guys ever had an itch attack? You get a hold of something, and you're just itchy everywhere, and you feel like you're going to die? Picture me like that, 8 years old. I thought I was going to die. I was so itchy. I had hives all over my legs. All over. On the top. Under. It was bad, you guys. It was bad. And I think I had to go home early because I was so itchy. And who's texting me? Brooke. I have tea for you later. Okay, I better get through this. My sister has tea. Anyway, it was just so bad all around, you guys. And so I had to go home. Okay. Turns out I was allergic to the grass. Now I think I'm okay. I say that as I'm itchy. Oh my God. Oh my God, I only shaved one leg. Okay. That's, okay. Yeah, so, well, that's weird. How did I only shave one leg? Anyway, moving on. Okay, guys, this is real tea. This is real tea. Let me just give you guys like a refresher. Let me give you guys a little refresher on my life. Okay, so I don't remember if it was last episode or the episode before, but I was telling you guys a tale. I was telling you guys about how I had a crush at Panda Express. All this is true. Why did I have a crush at Panda Express on the cashier? Well, here's what happened. I was in line, and the person in front of me did not pay for their food, so the cashier paid for it with his own money, and I thought that was really, really sweet of him. Anyway, that's why I have a crush on the cashier at Panda Express. The story has now graduated to something a little bit more embarrassing for me. Okay, my sister and I, we were at the dining hall. That's where the Panda Express is located, amongst some other restaurants the school has. My sister and I were at the dining hall. We were eating, and all of a sudden, we were like gabbing, talking. All of a sudden, I hear someone say, Bethany? And I turn around, I'm like, hello? And it is one of you guys. It was a fan of the podcast. And I was like, oh my God, hi. And if you're watching this, you were literally so sweet. And it was really nice to meet you. But it made me realize something crazy. The fan worked at Panda Express. And then it wasn't until about 20 minutes later I connected the dots. Okay, this girl watches the podcast. So she knows about my crush at Panda Express. You can be honest. I'm not going to get mad. Did you tell him I had a crush on him? It's okay if you did. I'm not angry. In fact, I think that would be really hilarious if you did. And I was just thinking, what would stop her from telling him? Not that guy even knows who I am. I mean, he don't know me from Adam, but I did notice that last time I saw him, he was a little extra sweet. So I don't know. If you did, please tell me if you told him, because that would be so funny. But anyway, it was so nice to meet you. I love meeting you guys. Anytime I get recognized on campus, I'm like, oh my God, I'm famous. It makes me feel famous, and that's a great feeling to have. So I loved meeting you. You were really, really sweet. I love meeting people who watch the podcast or follow me on Instagram. It's so cool. It makes me actually it does kind of put things into perspective. I'm like, oh my God, people actually watch what I'm doing. That's scary and crazy, but I love it. So it was really nice meeting you. Thank you. What else was I gonna say? Oh, guys, this was cray. I had so many topics up there or so many things up there to talk about, and I'm whipping through them really fast. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm hearing noises. Anyway, so we had this thing on our college campus. They do it I think they do it every semester at finals week. They do midnight breakfast. It's where like the dining hall will make breakfast for all of the students for free. You don't have to pay for it. And they just have all kinds of food, like desserts, other like breakfast things that they make up. They had a pizza that had literally every meat you could think of, including crab. And we did try it. I was not a fan, but whatever. But they had all kinds of food. And because it's like a really big thing on our campus, so the line, one, you have to RSVP. And if you don't RSVP, you can still go, but it just means that you're going to be the last to get in. So my sister and I, we did not find out that it was happening until the day of. And we also did not know that you had to RSVP. So we show up, we get in line. The line is already so long. And they put us in a separate line. And this was crazy. This girl, she was running the lines and stuff. And she was like, I don't know what her deal was, but she was taking it a little too seriously. It's like power was given to the wrong person, because she was just in control of getting people in line. And I need a drink. Leave your husband. Meow. That reminded me of my celebrity crush. Okay. Anyway. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Brooke and I, we show up and we get in line. And this girl who's running it, we'll call her, I can't use Benny again. I guess girl one. We'll call her girl one. Girl one, she looks at us and she's she's looking at the group and she's like, have all of you guys RSVP'd? Have all of you guys RSVP'd? And then she looks at us and she goes, have you RSVP'd? Points us out in the crowd. And Brooke and I are like, yes, we have. We did not. So then we were escorted to the non-RSVP line. So that was really fun. And then when we were in that line, We were just waiting. And this girl, she just keeps walking by. And she's, like, yelling at people. And just, like, it really was crazy. I guess maybe you guys really had to be there to understand. But she was just like, Are you all here for the midnight breakfast? Are you all here for the midnight breakfast? And she's just, like, really mean. And then all of a sudden, you hear her go. She walks by and she goes, come on, are we excited for midnight breakfast? Trying to be cool then after she's berated everyone. And I kid you not, this line has, like, 200, 300 people in line. All you hear, crickets. I mean, no one uttered a word. And she was like, come on, guys. And so we all just go, yeah. It was pitiful. It was bad. But it was just like, dude, this is not, you're taking this too seriously. It's midnight breakfast. We're just here for food. We're just in line. Like, this is a lot. You're doing a lot for something that is so minor. It was, like, all you had to do, I don't even know what she was doing. All you had to do is either, one, give directions, or two, just make sure people were in the right line. It wasn't, I mean, she was just being so mean to people. Brooke was scared of her. It was crazy. But we went into the midnight breakfast, and this was really fun. The place was jam-packed, okay? Like, we were sardines in there. It was lucky we got a seat. But we did get a seat. A seat next to, like, 3 of the hottest guys I've probably ever seen in my entire life. So we did get a seat next to the hottest guys I've ever seen. They were so hot that it was honestly hard to look away. It was honestly hard to look away, but it was also hard to look at them. They were so pretty. And one in particular, these girls were flirting with him, and he mentioned that he was single, and I was like, oh, they're definitely trying to get with him. But what if he got with me instead? So you know what I did? This is what I did to get him to go out with me. This is what I did. He was sitting there. I'm sitting here. So I go, and he was like, so that was how I flirted. Guess how it went? Yeah, so we did not end up pursuing a relationship. I don't know why that could have been. But I will say this. As I walked out, I smiled at him one last time. And he looked at me like. So that was probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Which was really amazing. So I'm really glad that happened. It was awful. One thing about me is my life is going to suck. And I am going to embarrass myself at every most inopportune time. If there is even a moment where I could possibly embarrass myself, I'm going to take the moment. I am going to take the moment to do that. Not voluntarily. It is all involuntary, actually. Involuntarily? And here's another one of those moments where I'm going to embarrass myself. Guys, it was bad. Let me be frank. Hi, I'm Frank. I want a boyfriend. Is that so much to ask? I want a man. Sue me. Send me to prison. Send me to Rikers. Is that a men's prison? All I'm saying is that I want a boyfriend. I don't think that is too much of an ask. Okay? I mean, look at me. I'm gorgeous. What are we thinking, ladies? I don't know. It's just like, summer comes around every year, and every year I'm like, this would be better if I had a boyfriend every single time. And I'm just like, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I want someone to want me. There's that new song. What's her name? Audrey. Gracie Abrams' friend. She just came out with a song. Sue me, I wanna be wanted. Sue me, I wanna be wanted. Sue me, I wanna be wanted. And I agree. Sue me. I want to be wanted. It's fine. I don't need a man. I know I don't need a man. But I'll be darned if I don't want one. I will be darned if I don't want one. So Mother's Day is tomorrow, or today. Mother's Day is today. I got my mom a candle. I want to get her something else, and it is going to be a late gift because I want to get her something from Peddler's Mall, but that's just not something. You can't just go there with something in mind, okay? If you're going to go to Peddler's Mall looking for something, you're not going to find it. You have to go to Peddler's Mall and just look around. It has to find you, okay? So I'm gonna need to do that. I want to get my mom a gift, but I figure because today is Mother's Day, I'm gonna share one of my favorite memories with my mom. I was eating all that like beef jerky, and now it's like all up in my mouth. It's so good though. They should sponsor me. That stuff is so good. It's not even funny. It's teriyaki. Yeah. So, you guys know, my mom's like my best friend. We are very, very close. And one of my favorite memories is honestly, it's not even a memory at this point. Like, we just do this all the time, and I enjoy it so much. It'll be like midnight, and she'll be like, you want to go get McDonald's? Or actually, I'm not even doing a great impression. She'll be sitting like this. She always sits like this. Oh, and she has a cookbook opened, and she goes, I could really go for McDonald's coffee. And I go, me too. And then we go get one. But that's not where the fun ends, you guys. My mom, she'll take us, we'll go get a coffee because we have the belief that if you want a vanilla iced coffee, McDonald's has the best one. They have the best one in town. So we'll go get a coffee and we'll go get some fries. And then she'll just drive me around and we'll look at all the pretty houses because I live in a very historical town. Not really, but like, I guess in a little bit. They have very historical houses, I'll say that. And the houses are so pretty. Like, they're so pretty. And I would never want to live here for the rest of my life unless I got one of those houses. And they're just so pretty. And I always want to look at them because they're pretty. And she always takes me to look at them as we drink our coffee and we just talk about life. And it's so fun. So I guess I'm taking this moment to say that I love my mom so much. And I feel like mothers are the most unappreciated people on planet Earth. And I think I'm really lucky to have a mom that loves me so much and, just does so much for not only me, but my family. And I love my mom so much. I'm not even kidding. I find it hard to believe that I find it hard to believe that I got so lucky to have a mom like my mom. She is just so amazing in every conceivable way. I don't know. I think I'm just really, really lucky. I have the best mom in the world. And I know what you're thinking. No, I have the best mom in the world. Wrong. I have the best mom in the world. She's just so amazing. And Mommy, I know you're watching this. I love you. Meow. Who do you think started the meows? It was my mom and I. We started that together. And, yeah, she calls me Toot. She does call me Toot, you guys. And I made a video the other day. I think it's time I clear the air. I made a video the other day where I was talking about all the nicknames, my family gave me and stuff. And I want to make it clear that that was satire and that I was making fun of the trend. My sister does not call me fermented turd. However, I did say on that Toot to my mom, how my mom calls me Toot in the video. My mom actually does call me Toot. She really does. The other ones were lies though. But, yeah, I love my mom so much, and, this Mother's Day, I just want her to know that. What else was I gonna say? I guess that's it. I miss my mom so much. She's literally upstairs asleep, and all I want to do is crawl into bed with her and turn on Golden Girls. It's crazy. I think, my sister and I growing up, we watched children's shows, but, like, what we really watched was, like, the Golden Girls, Frasier. We watched those shows, growing up, and Friends, because, during the day, we would watch, like, Nickelodeon or whatever, but at nighttime, my mom would be so, like, wore out from working, and my dad, he worked, like, at night, so it would just be my mom home with us, and we'd pile into her room. And the Golden Girls would be on. We'd just be like, or the Waltons would be on, or the Golden Girls, or Frasier would come on. And they'd come on really late at night. And we would just stay up and we would watch it. And I just remember being really, really young. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I was a toddler. And I would just hear, thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Boom, boom, boom. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew. You would say the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I wasn't planning on going the whole way, but I knew all of it. That's a house where I've never been there, but I'd know my way around. Or, oh my God, you hear, tossed salad and scrambled eggs. You know, the Frasier theme song. So good. Or good night, John Boy. But yeah, no, my mom made my childhood so special. And I just think, like, those memories, just growing up, watching, like, those shows. I mean, because those are still shows I turn back to even now. Like, my favorite shows, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Golden Girls, Frasier, The Waltons, like, The Middle. Like, all of those shows I would watch with my mom. It would be my mom, my sister, and me. And we would just watch them. And, I mean, those shows, I think, really kind of stand the test of time in so many ways. Because they have, like, real good lessons in them. And I was watching those as, like, a really young kid. And, you know, it was fun. I just had so much fun. And I think my mom really tried to make every day special for me and my sister. And it was just... when I look back at my childhood, I look back at it so fondly and thinking of my mom. So, happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mommy. And that has been this episode of The Buzz with Beth. I love you guys so much. I'm your host, Bethany Haven, and I love you. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wait, should I do, like, for Halloween, I'm going to do meows as thrillers. Meow, 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 meow. That would be good. Meow.
Crickets.
Okay.